Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Steeler offense set to go to work, and once again at the helm, their longtime starter, that's Ben Roethlisberger.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. His throw incomplete.
Roethlisberger's pass.
James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Screen pass to Conner. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Roethlisberger's pass.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep, Jadon Mickens. This is fielded at the 7. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Joe Hayden there to bring him down. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner.
Number 30, James Conner.
The numbers there for Conner in last week's game. 15 carries, 126 yards, and a trip to the end zone as well.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
2nd and 5 now. Roethlisberger. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
7. Browns, nothing. Chris
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and
2nd drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for Beckham in last week's effort. He was inching up towards 200 yards receiving, couple of touchdowns, and I think you said it best at the end of the game. It was a pleasure to watch his performance, wasn't it?
Absolutely, because you and I both know none of those numbers came by accident. They were a result of him being in perfect sync with his quarterback, and boy, it was beautiful to watch.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He gives it up. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The tackle made by Joe Hayden. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
By Myles Garrett. The tackle made back at the...
There's Myles Garrett forcing another offensive lineman to yell, look out, to his quarterback as he ends up putting him on the deck. 30.5 sacks in his first 3 seasons. Easily one of the best 3-down defensive ends in the NFL.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Roethlisberger will throw. And that will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Oh, the return is Mickens. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
And a nice carry and a 1st down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished 2nd in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career. What a bounce back from a big-time knee injury while at the University of Georgia.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Complete to Jarvis Landry.
There's Jarvis Landry with a nice reception and pickup there. And when you say Pro Bowl, you better think Jarvis Landry. He's been selected to it every year since 2015. The only season he's missed his rookie year. And he is durable and tough. We talk about that all the time. How about this for an example? Hasn't missed a game in his first 6 seasons and was a 1,000-yard receiver for the 3rd time in 2019. And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Ready? 180. 58. Come on. Cross the glass. Cross the glass.
Now Roethlisberger down around his goal line. And hitting Juju on the slant. And he gets us up just shy of the 15. They're trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone.
14-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Browns nothing.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Roethlisberger. And his throw is incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Brought down.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They give the Chubb out of the gun, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
On the carry.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt, the Cleveland.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Fourth down, Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. That option pitch we saw, we don't witness a ton of that in the NFL, but it worked there down near the goal line for a score.
And it's actually a great call in goal line situations because as more and more quarterbacks enter the league with that mobility and having run option in college, more pro teams are adding it to their arsenal. And now it's not just, does the quarterback run it? Does he pitch it? Now they've added that 3rd element. He can rise up and throw the ball as well.
And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
56 to Mike.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron with it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
A good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger, quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but in 2018, he was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The tackle by Terrell Edmonds. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
It's 3rd down.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Short little throw to Ebron. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
49-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Then to throw again. To Connor on the check down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
Round 7.
So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Man, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
With a white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Chris Boswell to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 31.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Austin Hooper.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Quick hitter here is complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Complete to Austin.
And there's a completion to Austin Hooper. What a big-time acquisition for this offense in Cleveland. Came from Atlanta as a 2-time Pro Bowler. Had nearly 800 yards in receptions and 6 touchdowns last year. And he spends a lot of time with his quarterback in order for them to get on the same page on every snap.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down. I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield runs through the contact. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They start with a give to Connor. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Connor, the ball carrier.
But sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Again, it's Connor. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Hands to James Conner.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
And there's a catch by Juju Smith-Schuster, and he's hoping there's plenty more of that coming. 2019, not the year he expected. Lost his quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger, early, dealt with a knee injury and missed 4 games, and his stats really fell. Just 552 yards through the air. But in 2018, what a big year he had then with Big Ben. 1,426 yards. He's hoping that the return of form of Roethlisberger leads to the return of form of himself.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Sack there by Cameron Hayward, an all-pro in the 2019 season. He's been consistently good throughout his career. 29 sacks in his last 3 seasons.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
7-yard line.
Checking things elsewhere. Third quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And not much trouble in that game for the Vikings. They've opened their lead further. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
Brought down by
Bud Dupree, a former 1st-round pick, in on the stop.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Fielded at the 43. Good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
3-yard pickup.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On second down now, it's Connor. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On third down, Roethlisberger. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
14-yard line, 2nd and 11. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Browns.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Austin Hooper, Pro Bowler a year ago, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
They pitch it to Chubb. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Mayfield
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up
on 3rd and short, this is Janovich. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Football's such a game.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
Nick Chubb on the carry. Fumble on the play.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here's Jamie Gillen down as he's on to punt for Cleveland. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return.
Take over 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays.
Taking it right down Broadway and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly. Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Well, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
On the return, the Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And his throw here's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But, boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
At the 32
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. But it's brought in by Washington. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Steelers.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And this will be caught by his big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown. Eric Ebron. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
The point after through the raindrops, safe and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now left side on the swing pass. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And it's a big play there on 3rd down, but with the marker on the field, I don't think it's going to hold. Let's see. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. So then gets it with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Number 30, James.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
22-yard
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, a run with counter. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Double.
On 3rd down, it's counter. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the